Hello everyone, Tiffany Manger here, and today I'd like to show you this cute starfish card. There's a stamp set in the catalog called Picture Perfect, and I bought it because I love two stamping sets for one thing, which is when they're layered on top of each other, different stamps, and it brings like a nice detail and everything. It also saves time from coloring. And there's a starfish in this set that I thought was really pretty, but I was having a hard time figuring out what to do with it. I mean, I figured I was a little limited on it. But this is a photopolymer set, by the way, which I said I like. It's good for doing two-step stamping because you can see right through the stamp. And I got this at a meeting from another demonstrator named Devonna Palmer, and this is a gorgeous card. It's cool because it folds a little differently here, and it's using some products that are retiring as of May 31st is the last day to get some of these. I know this stamp set here that's stamped inside is from By the Tide. This will be retiring, so as of right now, as I'm filming this, you have like a week to order it. But there's other stamp sets that would work with this set, that would work with this card. And also the framelits that we're using to cut the circles are also retiring, but they are coming out with a new circle framelit set. However, it doesn't have as big as circles. Like the biggest circle it has, I think, is about this big, maybe a little bit, just a tad bit bigger. So you'll just have to make do with it. You can still reproduce this card, it's just going to be a little different. I'm also going to change this up a little bit because she uses an embossing folder that is available, but I do not have. I actually have it. Let me grab the catalog here. Yes, it's called Softly Falling, and right now I don't have it, so I'm going to have to redo or replace it with something else similar. And as I said, right here is the new circle framelits, and the largest one will be 3 5/16 by 3 5/16, and this one is about 5/16 or about a quarter of an inch bigger than what the largest one is. The largest one that comes in that set's about that big, but you can do something like that. You could take one of these and cut it in half and start up here and start up here. You'd have a little gap there, but it'd still give kind of the same effect. So what you're going to need to make this card is your base. It will be 7.5 by 4 1/4, and we're going to score that. Excuse me here. At 3 3/4. Now when you go to use your scoring tool, your dark gray is your cutting, your light gray is your scoring. So you line that up. We're going to score it. Right, the score tool here. That way. So this is your card base. It's a little smaller than a regular card. Take our bone folder to fold that there. And I had already stamped the inside already. She used a set that's retiring called Petite Pears, and I wanted to do something a little different, so trying not to use as much retiring products. And this is from the Work of Art stamp set, and it says just for you, though there's you. And I also pre-cut, excuse me, the circle here. I used a little smaller one, and I did the just for in this set. So let me set that aside. And as I said, to save time, I had already pre-stamped this all. Just wanted to save some time on this video because this might be a little time consuming. I'm just going to take your snail and adhere it inside. I've said in another video before, rule of thumb, when you're doing layers, always want to go 1/4 of an inch smaller on each side. That way it gives a nice 1/8 of an inch border. And so this one happened to be 4 by 3.5. So the inside there is done. We're going to set this aside. You're also going to need for your first layer, and this is just a piece of layer. This is the same size as this one, so it would be 4 by 3.5. So you can go ahead and attach this one already, because this is just an extra layer to give it an extra little something on the card. It stands out more. I'm just going to put that on the outside. So there we're done. All right. You're also going to need for your embossed piece, this one, like I said, is a 1/4 inch smaller, so this would be 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. And what we're going to do is we're going to run this through the Big Shot, if I can get the Big Shot over here. And instead of using the softly falling, like I said, this one just gives a little bit of tiny polka dots, and it's full here first and it disperses up there. It's supposed to look like snow. I have one called Decorative Dots. This is going to be retiring too as of May 31st. I don't have the soft falling, so, soft falling, so I wasn't able to use that. And we're going to put this down the tab 1. Put our 1 plate down. I'm going to just put this piece in here. Fold in first. And run this through. Just turn the crank here. Whoops. Excuse me, my paper is sliding. I figured that would happen with this. Alright. And there we have our embossed paper. Set that aside. So then, oh, I'm not in focus here. There we go. While we're at it, we're going to cut out our circles. So we're going to move this to tab 2 if you don't have the magnetic platform. You're going to put your 1 cutting plate down. And we're going to take our circle framelets. And we're going to go, I believe it's the 3rd. Yes, it's the 3rd from the outside. Which, oh, I forgot to tell you the colors, by the way. This one here is Indigo Island. And this one here is Crumb Cake, but I'm using Sahara Sand. I figured since beach sand, make it look a little more sandy. And this light blue here is Pool Party. So we're going to take our Sahara Sand piece, and we're going to put, this was the 3rd from, this was the 3rd from the outside. And I'm also going to take, since I'm cutting out the circle for that smaller piece, the 3rd from the inside out. And that's cool. What you can do with these framelits, you can cut a little bit at a time. So we're going to put those there. Cutting plate on top. Run it through. And there's our big circle and our little circle. Put them aside. We're done with that color here. So then we need a piece of Very Vanilla, which I'm going to place here. And we're going to go the 4th from the inside. Set that down there. Cutting plate on top. Run it through. Alright, so now our smaller circle is popped out, is cut out here. Alright, let me put the Big Shot away here. And let me adjust my paper. Oh, it's not too bad. Excuse me, I just moved my paper again. I did have this stuck down. But I guess the stickiness is given out. Whoops. I need to stick that little sign down. I'm still learning with my videos, so bear with me. Alright. We're going to take our very vanilla circle and indigo island. And we're going to sponge the edges. You just dip your sponge on the ink pad and flick on the edge. This gives a nice extra depth to your card. Alright, I'm going to do that with my little circle too, for the heck of it. I should have done it on the inside. I'm a spongeaholic. I love sponging the edges. Like I said, it just gives something extra. Okay, I'm done with that color. So you can attach your little, your smaller, very vanilla circle here to your Sahara sand circle. Alright, and you can do so with your other circle. That way you don't have so many pieces to worry about. Alright, with this here, we're going to take some of this ribbon. Again, this is retiring too. Sorry, I don't have any of the new ribbon. And I'm going to put some adhesive on the back first. And then I'm going to take my ribbon here and I'm going to start it on the sticky side there and run it across so I know how much I need. Oops, my ribbon ripped there. And then you can attach that onto there. And we can attach our pool party piece onto our card. Okay, and then, excuse me, we're going to take another little piece here. We're going to make just a simple bow or a simple knot. I'm going to put it off to the left side here. I'm sorry, am I talking? Hopefully I'm talking loud enough for this to hear. Alright. There's our simple little knot. And I'm going to cut the ribbon up diagonally just to look a little nice. I'm going to give it its size here. Okay. I could do better than that, but I'll fix that later. You're then going to attach your circles with some dimensionals. Dimensionals are puffy little stickers that give 3D or dimension. Stick that on there. I still have a dimensional stuck to my finger. We'll get to that. We're going to put this down here. Alright. Now this one here, you're just going to put them along the bottom. Your dimensionals. I'm going to put 3 along the bottom half of the card. Because not all of this is going to get, as you can see, not all of this is going to get covered. Take your backings off. And then go about halfway. There you go, that's adhered on. Okay, so all we need now is the starfish. So you're going to take, excuse me, I got dirt all around here. You're going to take a scrap piece. You're going to take Sahara sand. Now when you go to stamp this stamp set, you'll see here there's a number 1 and a number 2. It'll tell you which order to do these in. Usually your number 1 you want a lighter color and your number 2 is like the more finer detail. Let me set that aside. And yeah, I'm using a very big block. And there's also a little like arrow. You want to make sure that they're facing the same way. So I'm making sure mine's facing up. You're going to ink this up. And just make sure the arrow is facing up. Give that a stamp. Alright. There was Sahara sand. Now we're going to take crumb cake, which is just a tad darker. We're going to take the number 2, said arrow facing up, ink them up a little bit, and then you're going to line them up with your stamp that you just stamped. There you go. He's a little off center, but that's okay. He still looks starfishy. And then what we call in the stamping world fussy cut, because means you cut by hand. So you would just take it and cut this all out by hand. But to save time, I already had one cut out. So we don't have to worry about that. And we're just going to take another dimensional. I'm going to put him right in the middle there. And we're going to attach him like so. There we go. And to give him a little more oomph, I'm going to take our metal rimmed pearls. I'm going to take one of the big ones. Get the little backing off, a little sticky backing. Put him in the center. And then take our basic pearls, and the smallest ones here, we're going to put one on each leg. So just put your scissors right under. Put that there. There's 2, 3, 4, and one more. Whoops. My pearl doesn't want to work with me here. Okay, there we go. And voila. It is finished. Honestly, I don't think it's as pretty as the original that Devonna did, but you know what? I did the best I could. You make do. That's what you do when you find something you like. If you don't have everything and you don't have time or money to order it, it's better. I prefer ordering the items, but you just make do with what you have. There's the original. As you can see, I think I did some lighter colors than what she did. You can tell she used the crumb cake. I used the Sahara sand, and also I used some different ribbons and stamps. But if you like what you see, please like and subscribe to my videos. If you'd also like to order any of the products you've seen here, or have any questions about Stampin' Up or any kind of tips or tricks, my website is www.tiffanymanger.stampinup.net. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to doing more for you. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.